Hi yogis, welcome to your mat. I'm Anne. I'm so happy to be here practicing with you today, and today I have a special guest with me. This is Lady. She wanted to be in here because it's nice and cool in here today, and it is hot, hot, hot for us outside. So hope you don't mind her joining us. We're going to start today in a seated meditation. I will say today I'm going to recommend that you have 2 yoga blocks. If you don't, you can still do the practice, but if you do have blocks, have them handy. So let's get started in a seated meditation. Sit up nice and tall, relax your shoulders, and close your eyes. Start to find your breath in and out through your nose. And take a moment to arrive fully on your mat. Today's practice is going to be about finding some inner strength, finding some playful energy, and allowing yourself to just let go. So as we begin today, if there's anything that's holding you back from your practice, let it go. Take a nice full deep breath in through your nose. Hold it in at the top. At the very top of your breath, sip in a little extra air through your mouth like you're sipping through a straw and hold. Let it go. Like a balloon is deflating, get all the air out. Again, just like that, deep breath in through your nose, hold it in. Sip in a little extra. And let it go. One more time, deep breath in. Sip in a little extra. And let it go. Nice. Start to move your breath in and out through your nose. Find your Ujjayi breath. You can blink your eyes open if you like. Take your hands, make a fist. Circle the wrists around, just loosening them up. We'll be on our hands a bit today. Take your palms together. Lift your elbows up as high as they will go, just opening up the front of your wrists. For some reason, I've been having tender wrists lately, which is such a bummer. I hate that. And then take your hands upside down and your elbows now drop down just to stretch the wrists out. I should just say, anytime you have wrist stuff going on, take extra breaks, but don't avoid the practice. The being on your hands will make your wrist stronger. I think mine's actually from carrying a heavy bucket of water, if you can believe it. Shake out your hands. So happens to all of us. Come forward onto your hands and your knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide and get your shins and knees parallel to your hips. With your inhale, melt your heart. Take your gaze forward. Open up your throat, neck, and chest. Exhale, round your spine. Push into your hands, but also tuck your chin towards your chest and really dome your upper back. Inhale, melting your heart. Gazing forward, widening across your collarbones. Exhale, rounding spine. Push into the finger pads. Start to wake up your forearms. A couple more like that, just to the rhythm of your breath. If you want to add in different organic movement here, it's a great idea if your body's craving it or asking for it. After your next exhale, inhale back to a neutral spine. While you're here, you're just tucking your toes under and lifting your knees about an inch off the ground and holding. Starting to build some core awareness. Breathing. I always hold my breath when things get tough, so we want to train ourselves not to do that. Keep your neck nice and neutral. Let's hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, send your hips up and back. Find a down dog. Pedal out the legs. You can shake your head yes and no. Just loosen up your neck. Walk your hands back to your feet. Come into a fold at the back of your space. Grab across for opposite elbows. And do a gentle sway here. Just releasing any pressure built up in the back and the neck. Stretching out the body. Good. Switch which form is on top. Really work on releasing that upper back, the weight of the head. Then take your hands to the earth. Heel toe your feet out a touch wider, toes out, heels in. Squat from Malasana just to open up the hips and the back. Press the elbows into the inner knees, but also push the knees into the elbows. So you feel a little energy starting to happen in the hips. Breathing here. Usually I don't let the dogs into the practice room, but this one was pretty adamant today. Take your fingers to the ground in front of you and just do a little hop forward, about a fourth the way or third the way down your mat. Hands back to heart. Good. Again, hands to the ground. A little hop forward. And then come back into your Malasana. Oh, hi, sweet girl. One more time. Fingers towards the top of your mat. Hop up there. And hands to your heart. Good. Fingertips to the earth. Lift your hips back up towards the sky. Heel toe the feet back in so they're underneath your hips, and then ragdoll up to stand. Take your arms, sweep them all the way to the sky. Kiss palms. Exhale, hinge and fold back down. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, step right foot back into a runner's lunge. Stay high up onto your fingertips, or you can use your blocks. Keep the back knee lifted, melt your heart, gaze forward. Keep your back leg really strong. Exhale, round your spine like that angry cat. Pull the belly up and in. Twice more. Inhale, melting the heart, gazing forward. Exhale, rounding. Create some space. Don't straighten out that front leg. Keep it bent. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Find a neutral spine. Root through your feet and sweep your arms to the sky. Find crescent pose. Soften into the back knee. Draw the right hip back, forward, back. Draw your back hip forwards. You're feeling your thighs squeeze towards each other. Lift and lengthen up through your side body. I'm feeling really wobbly today. That's okay though. Inhale, reach up, kiss your palms. Exhale, the right hand to the mat. Your left hand to the sky. Find a twist. Strengthen and lift your right leg up. Draw the right shoulder blade down the back, and we'll roll to the outer edge of the back foot, stepping into our first side plank. Finding that inner strength, take your top arm up and over your ear. Lengthening out through your body, flex your feet. Big toes touch, a little space between the heels. Take one more breath. Good. Come to plank. Separate your feet. Rock forward onto the tippy toes, lower halfway down. Press back up to plank. Good. Exhale all the way to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, press back into down dog. Good. Reach your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee. Open your right hip up. Right knee is going to tap the right tricep right over the top of your push-up. Inhale, foot to the sky. Bend the knee. Open it up. Cross under your body. Tap your left tricep. Foot to the sky. Just straight up and back. Step all the way through between your hands. Again, come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, melt your heart, gaze forward. My hips really need this today. Exhale, round your spine. Belly hugs up and in. Inhale, melting your heart. Tone your back leg even more. You've got this. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale. And round. Exhale. Neutral spine. Arms sweep up. Crescent lunge. Soften the back knee and draw the back left hip forward. Tuck the tailbone down a little bit. Lengthen up through your side body. Take a breath in. Slightly different. We're going to seesaw. Take your hands to the top of your mat as your left leg lifts up. Bow in. Standing splits briefly. And both feet to the front. Forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, sweep arms to the sky. Good. Right away, exhale, dive back down. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back into your runner's lunge. This time we take our hands back and we're hovering over our front right thigh, strengthening the back leg a lot. Breathe. Feel your core knit together, lengthen through the back of your neck so you're not looking too far forward here. Look slightly forward of your mat and shift weight over into your right foot for a warrior 3. Draw down to the outer left hip, lift from the inner left thigh. Hands can stay back, or if you want to, extend the arms forward, steeple mudra. 2 more full deep breaths. Good. Big breath in. Step back, find your crescent. Kiss your palms towards the sky and split the arms, left hand down, right hand up. Strengthen and tone your back leg. Breathe. I'm right here with you today. Roll to the outer edge of your back foot. Step back with the right foot. Stack your feet. Side plank, top arm revolving up and over the ear. Breathing. Trembling if you're me. Take a deep breath in. Come back to plank pose. Separate your feet. Shift slightly forward on your toes. Lower halfway. Keep your elbows in really tight. Press back up to plank. Good. Again, halfway down, this time up dog. Stick with cobra if you need to. Opening up the spine, floating the thighs, the knees. Exhale, down dog. Whew. Left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open up your hip. Left knee tapping left tricep. Good. Foot to the sky. Bend the knee, open up. Cross under your body, tap right tricep, twist. Foot to the sky, extend it up and back. And step it all the way through. Crescent pose, but we're not coming all the way up. We're floating our hands back, hovering over our front left thigh and breathing, of course. Knitting your floating ribs together. So we don't want to do this big arch here. We also don't want to be rounded. So check in with yourself. Take a breath in, shift forward on your left leg. Find your balance. Wrap the right hip down. Lift from the inner right thigh. You can keep your hands back or extend them forward. Take a steeple mudra. 2 more full deep breaths. Good. Deep breath in. Crescent pose. Reach up, kiss your palms if they're not already there, and then seesaw your weight forward, standing splits. Good. Both feet to the top of your mat and fold. Half lift, inhale. Folding and exhale. Sweep your arms to the sky. And bring your hands to your heart. Step your feet together. Hands stay at your heart. Rise up onto your tippy toes. Squeeze your ankles, knees and thighs together. Keep squeezing your legs together as you slowly start to bend your legs. Keeping the crown of your head over your hips as best you can. You're on like the slowest elevator ever as you're coming down into a low squat. Don't collapse all the way. You can split your legs, but keep slightly elevated here. Here's where our blocks come into play. You might not need them, but if you want to play with them, it's kind of fun too, okay? So we're going to back up just a little bit. Take your blocks onto your mat, and they're at the highest level, okay? So blocks at the highest level on your mat, about shoulder distance apart, and your hands are going to go right behind the blocks. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Lift your hips up high. Shift forward and place your shoulder heads on those blocks. Keep your gaze forward. Don't tuck your head. You'll do a somersault if you do. Feet lift up towards the sitting bones. And you're breathing. Good. Deep breath in. Lower back down. Come into your squat. Breathe. Nice. We're going to do that one more time. And you can either lower back down, and I don't even know how this is going to go for me, or you could attempt with the blocks below your shoulders to shoot your legs back to Chaturanga. So whatever you're up for today. So hands are on the blocks. Remember, hands should be about that shoulder distance. You don't want them too wide or off your mat, so adjust as you need to here. Lift your hips up, shift forward. The blocks are going to keep you from dropping your shoulder heads too low. Still pressing into the palms of your hands. Keep your gaze forward. Take a deep breath. Either you're stepping back or you're working on shooting the legs back for Chaturanga, coming into your up dog, and exhaling back into down dog. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Widen your feet so you have a little space. Take your blocks at the lowest level. Your hands can be up on the blocks here. Okay, I'm going to back up a little bit so I have room on my mat. Heart melting back, doing a down dog first. Good. You're going to look forward. Bring your feet together. You might take your blocks back just a little bit more. And we're going to attempt to jump through all the way to our sitting bones. That's why I have the blocks. It gives you a little bit more space. You can also just meet us there. So you're rising up high into your tippy toes, looking directly forward, tucking knees into the chest. As you bend your knees, we're bringing them through and sitting into our boat pose. Hey, I always go, hey, did it. You never know. So hands can be behind the legs if you need. Flare your toes. Breathe. Take a big breath in. Lower halfway down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale. 2, lift. And exhale. 1 more time, lift. And lower, pause. Take your hands behind your head. Bring your knees to tabletop. Right elbow, left knee. Don't pull the knee in too much. Rather lift up towards that knee and switch. Yes, we're in our core for about 20 more seconds. Toning the core, but also strengthening the whole body so we can make our transitions really, really smooth in our practice. And you never have to do a lot of this. You just have to focus on your core throughout your whole practice. Last 10. And I'm sore today because I did some of this yesterday and it shows. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, rock and roll up and down your back. So you might use those blocks again. We're going to rock up. Bring the blocks next to your hips and just cross your ankles here, okay? One over the other. Blocks next to your hips. Push your hands into the blocks. And the first time, your feet can just stay on the ground, okay? Feel your core hug up and in. And then you lower back down and you take a breath. Let's do it again. This time we're going to lift our feet as well. So you're going to lift up and then lift your feet and maybe swing a little bit back and forth. And lower back down. And one more time like that. Press your hands into the blocks. Lift your butt at least, and maybe you lift your feet, maybe swing a little bit. Good, and then maybe you can swing your feet, not me today, back behind you. Bring your blocks back forward and step back into either through a vinyasa or back into down dog. But we'll meet here, okay? From here, take your right leg towards the sky, bend your knee, open your hip. And we're using the blocks for fun. If you don't have blocks, your hands are just on the ground for all of this. Exhale, right knee towards right tricep. Inhale, foot to the sky, bend the knee, open up. Cross under, tap left tricep. Foot to the sky, straight up and back. And stepping it all the way through. This time it's warrior 1, root the back heel down, root down, and rise on up. Square the hips and shoulders. Take your hands, interlace at your lower back. Open up the chest and really plug your right shoulder back, squaring everything off here. Take a big breath in, anchor down through the back heel, exhale, fold. Let your torso kind of rest on your right thigh and let your head drop all the way heavy, looking towards the back of your mat. 5 full deep breaths. Feel like that back leg is like a rod with your heel really anchoring down. Throughout your whole practice, the core is engaged. Good. One more big breath in. Root down through your feet and rise up. Release your hands along the way. Good. Take a breath and pivot to the ball of your back foot. So you're back on the ball of the foot, and we're going to reach our torso forward, hovering over our front thigh. You leaving us, lady? Take another breath in. You can stay here, or you can lengthen forward, coming back into your warrior 3. Root down through your outer left hip. Take another breath in. With your exhale, release your hands to the ground or to your blocks, standing splits. Good. One or both hands might wrap around your standing ankle. Lift up from the inner left thigh, release your neck. Don't look down at your front standing foot. Good. Take one more breath here. Both feet to the top of your space, fold. Lift up halfway, lengthen. Fold back in, root through your feet, rise up to stand. And when your hands reach to the sky, rise up onto those tippy toes again. Good. Keep your hands lifted this time. Start to bend the knees. Squeeze ankles, knees, and thighs together. Try your best not to lean forward. Get your heels higher. You've got this. Come on down. Pause. This time, I want you to scoop back a good foot. That way you have space for our next little fun pose. Turn your blocks back up on their edges. Sorry about this big white dog. I hope she's not in the way. Lay down, lady. Lay down. Lay down. This, my friends, is why I don't invite them very often. So blocks back up on your edges. Take your hands down towards the blocks. And give enough space for your head to fit between those blocks if you want to come with me, okay? So you're coming up onto the balls of the feet. You're lengthening your weight forward, and we're using our blocks for fun today, lifting our hips up. You're tucking your head under and gently letting your head come down to the ground, and as you do, you're coming up into your tripod headstand. As you reach for the sky, keep your hands really heavy. Don't just lean into the blocks in your head, but the hands also have to do their work. Reach up, 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 up through your toes. And we have maybe 3 more breaths here. Squeeze your legs. Well, this is fun, isn't it? Take another breath. So you can come down the way you came into it, or you can slowly drop into Chaturanga, knowing the blocks are going to keep you from collapsing through your shoulders. So you will look forward, keep the shoulder heads lifting, pressing into your palms. And as you're ready, I like to drop one foot first. So you start to split the legs if you want, or you can do both at the same time. Reaching back, lifting your gaze, and then flipping over your feet, up dog. Exhale back into down dog. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. You can use your blocks under your hands, or you can just stay here. So up to you. Left leg towards the sky. Bend knee, open up hip. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, foot to the sky. Bend knee, open hip. Cross under your body, tap right tricep. Foot to the sky, straight up and back. Step it all the way through. Warrior 1. Root the back heel down, and once you're rooted, rise on up. Squaring the hips and shoulders. Hands interweave behind your lower back. Open your chest and really plug your left shoulder back. Anchor your back right foot down. Take a big breath in and hinge and fold over your front leg. Drop the gaze, pull the belly in, and anchor the back foot down. You've got this. Now that puppy's being very, very good. I brought her in here because she's got some lump on her throat that we noticed, and she's been really needy. So we're really hoping nothing's seriously wrong with her. She's only 3 years old. She wants to spend extra time with us. So we're going to let her. Root down through your feet. With your inhale, slowly rise back up. When you do, pivot to the ball of your back foot, okay? We're in our crescent pose. We're going to reach the hands forward and come into our warrior three. And your hands can always be at your heart or back by your hips. It's a little less intense for your back. Try to be as straight as you can through your body. Wrap your right hip down. 2 more full deep breaths. Press down through the big toe mound. Big breath in. And come into your standing splits. Wrap again the right hip down. Option to reach one or both hands around your standing left shin. And the more you can get your form around the back of your calf, the easier it is to balance. Good. Lift from the inner right thigh. Try to rotate the outer right hip down a little bit more. And then lift that leg up as high as it will go. Take a big breath in. Good, both feet to the top of your mat and fold. Step just back of your block so you're ready here. Come up halfway. Fold back in. Arms sweep to the sky. Once you come up, last chance like this, rise up onto your tippy toes. Keep your body nice and lifted. Squeeze your ankles, knees, thighs together. Start to lower down. Imagine there's a wall behind your back and you're sliding down it. Good. Come on down. Bring your hands down behind your blocks. This is a great chance. If you want to try it without the blocks, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to use the blocks because I find it kind of fun to be supported. So again, set yourself up. Lift your hips up high. Shift forward. Maybe lift one foot, maybe the other. So my natural crow, I'm up off the blocks. However, I'm going to use them today. Drop my head and come into that tripod headstand. So we're going to be here for a moment. If you want to try something fun, try to cross your left thigh over your right and do eagle in your legs. Squeeze your thighs together. Keep pressing down through your hands. Lifting the heads of the shoulders, balancing the weight, switch the legs. Squeeze those inner thighs together, activate the legs so they don't fall over to one side or the other. Good. Unwind your legs, take your feet high to the sky. Think about how you're transitioning. If you're coming down with me, I'm going to drop my left foot. I always do the left because I kind of have a little injury in my right foot, so I give it a break here. So dropping the left foot, but keeping the right leg high slows me down. As soon as I'm to a place, I look forward, keeping the heads of the shoulders lifted. So as you're ready, come on down. A little different with the blocks. Come into your up dog and down dog. Breathe. Beautiful. Child's pose. As you surrender down into your child's pose, in this short class, you accomplished a lot. Beautiful. Come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down the back. And I want to offer you a really beautiful heart opener after all of that upper body kind of rounding forward to hold and support your crow. This is a great way to decompress. So you're taking your first block and second block at the toaster. I always call it the toaster level. It's the second level. The one that's behind your head is optional to go higher or lower, but this is just kind of where I want you to start. The first block will go below the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And the second block is for your head. And I really like opening the arms out to the sides here with the feet together, knees wide. You can also have your hands down and out to the sides, but this just really helps the chest and shoulders and also our back release. Okay, it's a great counter for all of that strength of lifting into crow. And Bhaskasana is a pose that might take you a long time to find your balance. So if today you were kind of struggling with even getting your feet up, that's okay. You got to start someplace and feel free to keep practicing with the blocks. And then when you're ready for it, take it away. It is a different feeling without the blocks. There's a lot more strength involved. They're kind of like training wheels, right, with your bike. But, you know, don't give up on the arm balances because you say you're not strong enough. Just keep trying, okay? And you'll eventually get there, I promise. Couple more breaths here, just letting the body really release. If you happen to not have blocks, didn't mean to leave you hanging, you can be on your back, same shape, but just flat. It's not going to be as intense of an opening, but you'll still get the hips open and the heart open after all of the work we did. Let's take about 5 more breaths here. Just let any stress that you've been carrying around really just melt off your body. You deserve this time that you have carved out. Really soak in every last minute of it. Start to bring your arms in and then bring your elbows down to the ground. You can use your hands to scoop your knees together. Prop up onto the elbows, tuck your chin to your chest, roll onto one side so you can just mindfully move your blocks off to the side and then come down onto your back. When you get there, bring your knees to your chest and rock a little bit side to side. I think we all deserve a twist. What do you think? Let's do universal twist today. Keep your right knee in and lengthen your left leg out. Before we go into our twist, I want you to just hinge your right knee a little bit more to the right. Squeeze it in nice and tight and just relax here for a moment. A great stretch for your lower back, releasing any pressure, tension, yuckiness in the right hip. But I should mention this is amazing for your digestion as well. So it's like a super pose, and it's pretty simple. Even my 80-year-old dad can do it, so I think you can too. Good. Bring your knee across your body all the way to the earth on the left side. If you can't get your knee to the ground, you need something under it. Hold the knee down with your left hand and then peel your right hand back to the right, opening up your chest, rinsing out your whole spine. If this is uncomfortable in your right shoulder, place again a bolster or a block below your right shoulder as an option just to feel supported. Feel your whole body letting go of tension. You're signaling your body to release, detoxify, to let go, really. Not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. Good. Let's come back to center. Bring both knees in for a moment. Just readjust. Maybe a little rocking. Always feels so good. And then when you're ready, left knee will hug in towards your left shoulder, left armpit. Just relaxing what you're not using. So you're not using your neck, your shoulders, your face, your jaw. Let those things soften. Breathe deeply into that pressured point between where your hip crease is, where your thigh is pressing against your belly on the side, your rib cage. Ask your body to let go of the stuff that it no longer needs. We want to leave our practice feeling our best self today. When you're ready, take your twist, rinse everything out. Hold your knee down. Remember, you can also place a block below the knee. Lady, you're really getting in the way of the video. I'm not going to invite you again. Hopefully you guys are on your back and you're not watching anyways, but I've got a giant white dog over me. Can you lay down, please? Please. come on back to your back one more time. Don't worry, you might not be able to see me, but there's really nothing to see here. Hug your knees in. Give yourself a deep breath in. And as you're ready, exhale, stretch out on your mat. Come here, baby girl. Let's find our place for rest. Make yourself comfortable for your Shavasana, whether it's on your back, whether it's feet up the wall, or a seated meditation. Do try to find a good 5 minutes here to receive your practice. And this is where I'm going to leave you today. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. I will see you very soon. May the divine in me greet and honor the divine in you. Namaste, friends.